Hello, everybody, and welcome to a quick, figure review on the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure. I forgot what its name was, but I'm sure I'll put it in text on the screen. Um, but these are all the beautiful little figures that you need to buy in order to complete this Build-A-Figure. I initially only wanted them two and them two. I wanted a Sabretooth. He was a nice sort of upgrade to the old Havoc I had, and the effect pieces on this guy are kind of sick, not gonna lie. Sabretooth, I know it's not the best version out there, and people really didn't like his face sculpt, but he was a nice addition for me, at least for now. Vulcan is on that new body. He introduced a new body, and upon special request of your casual clone, I'm doing this quick review, and he keeps telling me how great this body is, and I was just like, well, I do have the figure, and he was like, oh, I didn't know. Yeah, I really don't share a lot of Marvel Legends anymore, but yeah, I do have them. There's evidence, physical evidence here. Here it is. Here it is. Anyway, jokes aside, um, yeah, the body is great, and it's a nice replacement to the Bucky cap mold that we have seen so many times already. So yeah, it is a dope figure, and it has great articulation. So I also recommend this figure to anybody. Um, I got her because I like her orange hair, and her face sculpt is pretty nice. And yeah, overall she has a good body, and she had double elbow for female Marvel Legends. Um, Seriously, all these figures need is a waist articulation, and every other female figure is gonna pose and articulate well. But we'll get there whenever I guess Hasbro decides to. This figure was kind of meh for me. I don't really know who it is or what the figure is, but it has some horrible looking articulation, as you can see. If you put them to the side, it looks all wonky. I mean, I think you can shift this up, but even then, it looks weird with the hips just sticking out like that. But I mean, I don't know, it's a weird looking alien dude. So there's that. And then there was Maggot, who I believe is a villain. I also don't know much of the character. And yeah, but the bugs look kind of disgusting, so he's got that going on for him. And he's kind of bulky and looks kind of cool, in my opinion. Um, so yeah, there's that figure. But like I said, this is more on a review on this guy, which for the life of me didn't expect to actually complete this build a figure. But I bought four of the figures I wanted from this wave, and I thought, why not just complete it? It's just the two extra figures. And it's an interesting thing, and it could have. Yeah, I'm gonna get my complaints out of the way. It could have helped if it had a bit more sort of detailing on the tank itself, some sort of wear, more of this silver paint across it, because there's some more scratches and dents throughout it. So yeah, I think a bit more paint would have benefited the tank. Maybe some mud on the tires here, and these aren't movable. This is sort of rubbery, but it does not move. These could have benefited from some paint as well, because there's supposed to be gunshots on this, so maybe some paint to bring out that detail would have been nice. And there isn't much articulation with this guy. All you get is some sort of ball joint for the turret here, which moves like all over the place. And I guess I can use one of the Dark Troopers, which was a previously reviewed figure. But yeah, you can get some blast effects on it as such. And you can also plug in or port in other effects onto the end of his gun, which I might as well take a closer look at. Yeah, very futuristic gun, very odd gun, sort of a contraption of many guns combined. But yeah, there's that. It looks cool and unique to the character. There's this other thing on the side here, which I'm not sure. And these port into the back as such, so you can remove these and have them stacked up. And they can be used for other things. They're supposed to be barrels, so there's that. There's this flap here, which is good for sort of storage for his hands. So yeah, just keep those in there. And yes, he comes with 2 fists and 2 trigger holding hands. He has some bracelets here which are separate, so when you remove them, you can remove these. And yeah, in terms of articulation, you have half the body of a man, so you can rotate on this all around, and yeah, he'll come off pretty easily. But you can see where the strap just sort of ends there, and so it just sort of seems that it goes on into whatever this contraption is. This doesn't really rotate either, which sort of shifts, as you can see. But yeah, there's some nice paint there, silver and red paint. And the engine back here, which is a weird way. I don't even know if I put this correctly, because the engine things are facing his back. So I don't know if I can remove this and maybe try again, but hey, that's how it fit or went together, so I don't know. And yeah, his head sculpt is pretty cool. He's just screaming. But when you do remove his glasses, it looks like a weird baby. I don't know, is that just me, or do I see a baby face screaming at me? But with the shades on, it's pretty cool. There's a cool mohawk and everything. You can look up about that much. The hair runs into this weird collar piece, and he looks down, and he can sort of has a little bit of pivot. He has an ab crunch there, as you've probably seen. We'll just remove him, and he can crunch back about that much. The straps, I think, kind of limit him when he's on the tank here. Well, not really. About that much. And that much back. But yeah, if you arc him back, you'll see that just sort of hanging there. His arms move out about that much. He has bicep swivel, double jointed arms, and both of his fist hands are horizontal, and his trigger fingers are vertical hinges. So yeah, that's a quick review on this guy. I mean, I didn't think much of him. I don't know much of the character, but he looked pretty cool, and just having the small tank kind of character is kind of cool. I initially just wanted the parts to see if I could do something for my G.I. Joe Classified, but I ended up completing the figure, and so I just kind of decided to finish it and whatever. So I mean, it's now part of my Marvel Legends display. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the future video.